Please hear me. Let me encourage someone as we pray. For the sake of those depending on you, don't give up. Don't give up. Some of you are crying. Listen to me, I'm very serious. For the sake of your family members, if you give up, who else will help them? Are you not seeing their state? That's why God sent you to Koinonia here. For those of you following.
My name is Asitonka Agri Abba, and channel is called Asi Darling because I'm such a darling. Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Trigger Asi Darling. Thank you guys so much for clicking once again. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. And to all my OGs, you know what to do. Comment down below. Let me know, gang. Now, guys, let me even just tell people what happened, because I had filmed this video. And I won't even say I mistakenly deleted it, because I filmed a series of videos and I was like, I'm not feeling it. That's how I went to click and delete. It went to recently deleted. I went inside there and deleted it again. The time is almost 5:30. I have work 10 a.m. this morning. And I say I have to film this video because I have promised you people I'll be giving you updates. So please help me. Make sure to like, subscribe, share this video. Now we are going to be having updates. First of all, I want to thank you all, 17,000 darlings. It's because of you that I'm doing this thing, because I literally have cleaned my face, laid down, and I started makeup again. It is so funny. All right, guys, so let's get right into it. You know, first I did a video about the new changes in Canada and how the schools reacted, what you need to know if you want to study in Canada. And guess what? Right now, provinces are reacting. This news came as a shock to a lot of us. And I told you that even though the international students are affected, there are other players in the game that are going to be affected even more than the international students, because your money is really going far. Do you get? So now let's get right into how these provinces are responding to Canada's new immigration changes. Shout out to Olu of Canada. I'm reading this from his post. So the first one is from New Brunswick Education Minister Alan Dunn. He says the Canadian immigration changes are very concerning for our government, and we are not in favor of this move that unfairly targets all provincial jurisdictions when not all are experiencing the same problem. So according to this, what I understand is that New Brunswick is trying to say they are not facing housing challenges or the rest of them, or maybe all these fake colleges and all of that. So they shouldn't be having a cap. Okay, everybody is talking about their own side, you understand? So the next province is Manitoba. I said the Manitoba government and its post-secondary institutions are in the dark as to what a new cap on international students will mean for the province. Now, one thing you will know is, as much as we are confused as students, as content creators, the government and these provinces are more confused. Like, it seems like the only person that understands it is the immigration minister that did the announcement, because most of these things you'll be hearing, I'm confused, I'm talking to the government, my province is talking to it almost seems like if province doesn't understand, we wonder when school will understand, and we wonder how the people that are expecting admission letters, study visas for May are going to cope, because provinces have to understand first before they know how to go about attestation later. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Another thing I'm going to be doing is answering some questions that some people asked. Very fantastic questions. I have to add it in this video so that all of us will benefit from it, and also share some other thoughts, okay? So the next province that reacted is Nova Scotia, and they said the Nova Scotia government said in a statement it is continuing to work with the Federal Department of Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada to understand details of the immigration changes and assess the impacts and options for the province, aka they don't understand what is going on. So the next one that reacted, Alberta Education Minister Rajan Sawhney, sorry if I butchered your name, he said, I look forward to meeting with Minister Miller to discuss the impact of Canadian immigration changes on Alberta and how we can implement changes while ensuring the needs of our economy, communities, students and postgraduate institutions are met. aka they still need further clarification. So the next one was British Columbia. British Columbia's Minister of Post-Secondary Education, Selena Robinson, said work was already underway to crack down on unscrupulous private colleges in British Columbia that market themselves internationally as reputable schools in Canada. So yes, the private institutions that are shady have been paramount in British Columbia and Ontario. Okay, so most of these private schools that are causing these issues are situated in both provinces, and right from time they've been calling out, but I don't know who gives them the license. So instead of acting like it was a big deal, can we go back and see how these licenses can be revoked? Because I'm Nigerian. You know, in Nigeria, the moment you see this type of thing, the first thing the government, the moment you know government has taken this stand, the next thing you see people sealing up the buildings. So they are not necessarily sealing up buildings, they are taking not necessarily their license, but saying people that attend these institutions will no longer be eligible for work permit and all of that. So it's almost like, why not just take their license, let them close down? Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So you also highlighted in the comments some other provinces that responded, saying an email to CBC News on Monday, Prince Edward Island provincial spokesperson said PEI's allotment of international students under the new formula was not yet available. The spokesperson added that the province will be working with the post-secondary institutions to better understand the government of Canada's changes and to support the island's advanced learning community, aka they too, they don't understand. Exactly. So it seems like everybody's confused. Everybody still has to work, and they have a deadline for March 31st to finish understanding, get to a consensus as to how to share their allotment, and also draft out their attestation letter, get a website through which this attestation letter will be available for students to come and apply, and all of these different things. They have 2 months to finish everything. Guys, let me know your thoughts if you feel like it will be extended, or if you feel like there will be some form of callback. Okay, so the next one was in an email to CBC. Saskatchewan also commented. He said the Saskatchewan Minister of Advanced Education said it has not received details on the province's allocation of study permit for 2024 and is working to learn more about the cap details. See, back-to-back repetitive talk from provinces, and these are provinces that will issue you your attestation letter. So if the provinces are still hanging, anytime I get news, feedback, or anything, I promise to bring it up here for all of you to get the gist, because I can understand how confusing it will be, especially for those of you that have been targeting summer semester, summer intake, people are waiting visa. Just know that a recap, visa application processes have been put on hold till March 31st. So if you know that you are waiting visas, I'm sorry, they have been put on hold till March 31st. If your visa is already in the system, I'm going to be doing the Q&A part where some people had asked me questions in my previous videos, and I feel like those questions I can share it here for people to learn. So one of the questions that people said repeatedly was, what is the hope for May 2024 applicants? Now, if you're a May 2024 applicant and you have admission and you have visa, you're okay. If you have admission and you have applied for visa, it's still pending, I would still advise you to, wait March 31st, apply for attestation. Even as your visa is there, when you apply for attestation, you raise a web form and send and attach their attestation, so that they never get to a point where they come to your application and you know that the immigration minister stated that for those of you that are doing visa applications without this letter, as at that time, March 31st, they will return your application. So it's good you raise a web form and attach it, so that they will never, whenever they get to your application, they are not asking for things and going back and forth, so that you don't face denial. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Now, if you have applied and it's a college and you have your family that you're thinking to bring, I would tell you outrightly, apply for a university. If you really want to bring your spouse, apply for a university, have backup plan, apply to provinces that you know have not reached their cap. One of the provinces there was Alberta, that they say have not reached their cap. You can check my previous video, look at the graph, where that blue line is. You see provinces that are below the blue line. Focus on those provinces, especially if you know you need to bring your family, you need to settle down, you want a place where both of you have spousal work permits, and you get your PGWP and you can work towards PR. Understand that not all students that come in, even after having 3 years work permit, most of them don't even get PR, because misinformation, being in the wrong place, not able to enter the pool on time, and all of that. So please, it is not a guarantee that if you come in as a student you get PR. The most important thing is to align yourself properly. Okay guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So if you have admission and you are waiting visa, like I said, make sure that you get your permits in check. If you have, somebody said I have admission to college, and then my spouse and my kids have visitors visa. initially it will be good for all of you to enter, and then you can flagpole your husband into work permit. Right now, I am not certain that they are able to do that since it is college. I need to still get information. Just like all these provinces, we have not gotten distinctive information as to if this college students not being able to bring their spouse is effective immediately, or we should wait till September. Now, if it's not effective immediately and it's going to start September, I will say wherever you are, start packing your bag, packing your husband, and running to Canada so that you can immediately flagpole him and he gets his visa, his open work permit. Why this is important is because for those of you that are here, just know that you're not affected. If you're here, you're looking to extend your study permit, you're not affected. So don't worry about that, okay? So another thing that I watched yesterday, I will say it's yesterday, on the news in the office, was that some colleges have already issued all the admission up to September, and especially in Ontario, many colleges will revoke admission. So this is not the channel where I would literally just be giving you pipe dreams. I also want to be realistic. Colleges will be forced to revoke admissions. They may be forced to refund fees, because it will, if they don't make some certain changes, I don't think the government is looking to increase their cap. So those of them that have actually done the admission as to their normal projection for this year, they may have to revoke admission. So it's going to be a tough one coming up. I really want to just speculate, because this is allegedly, I just heard it over the news, and don't think that, oh, simply because I've paid. I wrote one here, somebody said if I've already paid school fees, the colleges may be forced to refund your fees. And yeah, that's just, if I'm you, and you probably are still waiting for visa application, and you have the funds, you have the money, you can actually look into getting admission in a university, okay? Why that is important is so that in case you get attestation here, you can also apply for attestation in another province if it will help you. You understand? Just open your mind to different things. Like I said, colleges and universities may be forced to be more stringent in the admission process. Understand that even if you apply 100 times and different people apply in different places, colleges will collect as much application fee as possible, because they need places where they can make money, okay? So the another point I wrote here is about the attestation letter. I feel like ideally it will be good for this attestation letter to be like CAS, the way CAS was for the UK. Attestation letter should be like that, such that the moment you get an attestation letter, you are almost certain that you're getting your visa. Why? Because an attestation letter from the government shows that they have reached out to your school, they have seen that your school giving you the admission is within the allocation of the number of students they were supposed to get, and they were still in their rights. And so when you get that attestation letter, you know that the moment you attach it, the visa officer will just clear you, because they are sure. The next thing they have to look at is your finances and this and that. So that's how I'm looking at it. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. In that case, I don't know if like UK, schools are going to be burdened with making sure that you send in your bank statement and all of that. Another thing that we may speculate is maybe they might tell you to pay full school fees. That's also another thing. Schools that are taking chances on you, if they have only 500 people, they want 500 people that can finish paying their school fees. They're not going to take a chance on people that will come and be asking for rebates or for this or that. That's also a speculation. Do you understand? So they will want a situation whereby they may ask for upfront every single dime. You understand? So just keep an open mind. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. These are the reactions that we've been getting concerning this particular announcement, and we've gotten from schools, we've gotten from individuals, and now we are getting from the government. So one thing I noticed very profoundly, all the provinces that commented, Ontario no comments, be like Doggy no say na he caused this problem. Ontario has like more than half of the number of study permits that have been issued. Guys, it is a lot. Now I'm going to read something I found for you guys, the reports that made them do this. One thing I need to let you guys know is that this particular announcement is not necessarily a bad thing. The government is fighting for students, making sure that they don't come to colleges that are, especially for those of you that went to any of those colleges. Some of those colleges are not credible. It shows that, oh, and don't worry, when you go to the college, they just give you 100, they just pass you. But for your money, you don't need just that passing thing. You understand? You need to get value for your money. So this is the chart I saw from InfoPlace Canada. I said the report shows the growth of international students over the last decade. Are you seeing the graph? From year 2000 to 2022, way past 2022, they grew up to 1 million foreign students here. Canada does not even have the housing for its citizens. So to bring in 1 million people that probably have spouses and kids, it is going to be a lot. Do you understand? It is wild. I don't know how they got to that point, but one of the things I would say, of course, is when COVID hit, a lot of them just got greedy and there was this jump. And you can see from it dipped at 2019 when COVID was on, but afterwards they just started issuing admissions and schools were just going on a rampage. You understand? So one of the things I always say is this is not surprising. IRCC should stop acting like they were acting under the influence of alcohol. Who kept issuing visas to the point where 1 million people got visas? There should be a cap, even without this immigration minister doing all this. If there was a cap in place to show that, okay, certain schools should be looked at twice, like especially all these schools that were creeping up and campuses that were creeping up in Ontario, who was giving them license? Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So this is the graph, and then some of the reports there shows that, let me read it. Say post-secondary institutions have increasingly relied on tuition fee as provincial funding, as a share of revenue has declined from 42% in 2001 to 35% in 2022. Ontario, Canada's most populous province, has also frozen tuition fees that can be charged to Canadians for the past few years. You know, one thing people kept saying is Canadians, residents, they hardly go to school. Sometimes the government will offer them scholarships, loans or whatever, and then if these schools are relying on the tuition fee and then the government is cutting and almost offering this tuition free to the people and they are still not coming, they now turned to international students because they have a business to run, they have a school to run. So that's also another thing we should note. The post continue to say in 2019 to 2020, foreigners paid 37%. So between 2019 and 2020, foreigners paid 37% of the tuition at Canadian universities. But in 2021, those students paid an estimated 68% of tuition. That shows you that in just 1 year, the amount of tuition that were charged to international students, because normally they pay 4 times, in most cases, 4 times the actual charge. And now they are in charge of paying 68% of tuition in a university, in a college. So that is a lot. Universities Canada, I feel, okay, maybe this is Universities Canada West, I don't know. So Universities Canada said in a statement, was concerned that the cap would add stress to an already stressed system. A requirement for each permit application to contain letter of attestation from the province or territory may significantly affect processing time and lead to students choosing to pursue their schooling in other countries, it warned. Miller, that's Mark Miller, said the cap will be distributed fairly among the provinces and territories weighted by population, resulting in more significant decreases in jurisdictions, while where foreign student numbers have exploded. His office has previously pointed to Ontario, where more than half of the 1 million visa holders are based in Ontario, as well as Nova Scotia and British Columbia as jurisdictions with unsustainable growth. So Ontario is going to be hit hard. If you are all those, I saw a lot of people that have admission to Conestoga and the rest. If you can have a backup plan, it will help. It will help, because if you dodge this study visa matter, there might be other reforms to make sure that the growth explosion in these particular provinces that are most affected by the temporary residence growth, there will be other things that I'm sure that they are going to put in place to make things a bit tougher. So just speculating, try if you can to choose another place. If you still want to come here, it's not a problem. But as much as things begin to unfold, provinces begin to learn better, and they keep talking, because I'm sure they're still in the retreat and they keep sharing and all of that, I'm sure that we are going to get more information to buttress this point. But please, guys, this is not even the time to fear or to panic. But if you have the money to spare, I would also advise to start writing on some other universities please start looking at some other provinces and start keeping your options open if truly Canada is the goal or Canada is the place that you want to be. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This has been the reaction from provinces. Provinces are definitely going to be affected because when it comes to what they need, the student intake, you know, when there are students in your province, the buying power is there. You have consumers that are buying from shops. You have shops that are paying tax. You have buses that are moving. You have people that are paying bus fare. You have people that are keeping the town alive, you know. People are renting out houses, people are getting money and injecting back into the government. So when you have these budget cuts and the rest, it's going to affect especially small towns and cities and all of that. But please, like I said before, especially for those of us that live here, I don't particularly see this as a bad thing because the government is trying their best to make sure that it's not for you to just come to Canada. There are people that are hanging. There's no accommodation. The one that is around, you almost have to pay an arm and a leg to get it, and then somebody can outbid you, and then you come here, you're like, where's the place I will sleep, you know, and all of that. So the government is trying to manage the influx of international students so that you can actually have a place to sleep, you can actually have jobs, because if there are so many, imagine having 500,000 international students, because if they say they have 1.1 and Ontario has like half of that, 500 international students that are in Ontario, the job market is not even enough for Canadians that are here. So you now have students that are coming in and also taking. So it almost started creating an enmity between residents and students. They see us as people that came to take their jobs and end everything for them and all of that. So yeah, I feel like the government putting a sanction or putting these measures in is for the good of fellow Canadians, because one day you and I will definitely have our passport and become Canadians. So we also want the government to put us first. Or what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As usual, I remain your girl Acid Darling. Please share, subscribe, answer some questions if you have the answers to, and your girl will try to nap right now. let me sleep a little and try to make work. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I remain your girl Acid Darling. Please check out my other videos and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.